Hello everybody, welcome back to Grand Prix Manager 2. So last time we had a very crazy race to start off the 1988 mod, where we had only three people who finished the race, but we scored 1 point in the first race thanks to Bernd Schneider. So anyway, let's now get ready for the next Grand Prix at Imola. Alright, we're now at Imola, so let's start getting in those practice laps where it's essential we get something good out of them. Right, Ginzey's starting his first lap, and his lap time is 125, Schneider is 135, so Schneider is 10 seconds slower than Ginzey, and Ginzey's is not that far slower than Albarel there. And well, Schneider is very slow at this track. I'm not really sure why that is, unless he's just being held up by a slow car. But with the pace that Schneider is pulling here, he's already got me worried about how he's going to perform at this track. Even Alessandro Nannini has outpaced him. But then again, Nannini's in a Benetton. So yeah, let's move on to the qualifying session because Schneider is just worrying me a lot about his pace. So new tyres, and it's time to do or die. And and Albarel set the qualifying lap record. Ginzey's only 130 and 131, and Berger's beating the qualifying lap record. But Ginzey and Schneider about 6 seconds slower than both Ferraris. Albarel's beating the qualifying lap record again. Why are these guys so slow? 129 and 130. They're just well off the pace. I mean, I have put the setup on the cars, so they don't really have much of an excuse for being very slow. Right, session is coming to an end. We're going to have to end it here because they've just used up all their laps. And Ginzey is the only driver who didn't make the 107%, so we only have Schneider who's taking part. And he's starting in 25th place, so that's such a huge problem that's the case. Anyways, Albarel from Prost, then Berger, then Senna, both Benettons, then Modena, Palmer, Cheever, both Williamses, PK, both Marches, Johansson, Sala, Damas, Nakajima, San 18th, Elliott, Laruri, Arnoux, Bailey, Campos, Warwick, and Schneider's at the back. So starting in 25th position on the grid. What can we do about that? That's my big question. But anyway, the San Marino Grand Prix is ready to go now! And Perez Sala has stalled his car and he's already out the race. And Schneider is going to gain position only because of that. Well, actually, Schneider's on 22nd all of a sudden. He's just overtaking Bailey and Warwick out of nowhere, so wow, so Schneider's pulled something out of the bag of that one, overtaking the Arrows and the Tyrrell, and Campos has been penalised, and Schneider's now gained another position because of it, and Bailey is already retired, so you know, maybe Schneider can actually pull something out, can pull something off, who knows. I mean, he's behind Nakajima, who's down in 19th in his Lotus, so possibly he could do something. Senna's got the new qualifying lap record, and he's still in 4th behind Gerhard Berger, and his teammate Prost is in 2nd. Warwick's going to the pits, but I don't think Schneider's going to be able to catch him because Warwick is in a faster car. Boatswain and Campos have retired. Okay, so Schneider will gain a place because of that. Okay. And Schneider's coming to the pits in lap 21. So hopefully Schneider will stay ahead of Laruri in his Europe run, hopefully. That would be good. And so far at the front, Albarel, Prost, Berger, Senna, Nannini's still in 5th and Palmer's in 6th. And here's Bernd Schneider coming to the pits. New tyres, 10.4 seconds. He's now the last of the runners because Laruri's actually got past him now. And Laruri is actually lapped Schneider, which does show that Zakspeeds are really underpowered compared to Europe run. I don't know what engines it is that Europe run's using, but it's definitely more powerful than Zakspeed's engines are. And I say that Laruri is in fact retired, so Europe run no points to them this time round, which is quite unfortunate for them because they had Mondina who qualified quite high and then retired. Now we had Laruri who overtook a Zakspeed driver and is also retired. Couldn't get any more bad luck than that. So the nearest person Schneider is to is Warwick, and he's 2 laps behind him, which Schneider is not going to be able to catch him unless he suddenly retires. Alien Prost has got a penalty and he's in 4th place right now behind Senna. So both Ferraris are just dominating pretty much their home race. And with 12 laps left to go, it's still Alboreto from Berger, then both McLarens. Nannini has done well in his Benetton to stay in 5th place ahead of Jonathan Palmer in his Tyrrell. And then we got Peking 7th, and Cheever 8th, Patrice 9th, and Golem in his March is 10th. And in fact, Golem has just retired, so let's put Nigel Mansell in 10th. Yeah, 3 laps down now, Schneider is from Warwick. I don't think Schneider's even going to be able to overtake Golem now. But anyway, and then Nini in the Benetton has retired. That's put Nelson Piquet in the points. And Alboreto is going to win the San Marino Grand Prix for Ferrari, and his teammate Berger is going to be in 2nd place. Ayrton Senna is going to come in 3rd, and Prost is going to be in 4th place. And Stefan Johansson's retired for Ligier, but Stefan Johansson was like 11th. So it doesn't really matter too much. And there we go, Alboreto from Berger from Senna. And well, at least Schneider managed to finish the race, but he wasn't able to overtake either drivers who retired from the race because he was just so far behind. But in the constructors, we're still 6th. We're tied with Lotus. That's not too bad at all. Turbo and Chassis. And Alboreto, the winner of the race, is unwell and will miss it. 1-2 for Ferrari, and it was an absolute dominant win. It was a dominant day for Ferrari. Okay, any injured drivers? Campos is injured. So first we'll see who Alboreto is going to be replaced by. It's by Roberto Moreno. So Roberto Moreno, expectations are high for him being a Ferrari, and Minardi. Pierluigi Martini will be replacing Campos for 4 races. So I've heard that Pierluigi Martini in real life is actually not too bad of a driver. I don't know that much about him, but all I know is I've heard he's actually alright. Anyway, let's get those cars sorted out for the Monaco Grand Prix. Hopefully Zakspeed will be able to pick up the pace this time round. Oh, I should probably put the setup on, but hopefully we can actually pull something out in Monte Carlo. Alright, we're ready to go to Monte Carlo now, and it's going to be a permanently dry track again, which is good. So this surely will be alright for Zakspeed. Right? Wrong. Maybe. So there's Roberto Moreno ahead of the Zakspeeds. We'll see what he can do. 127 for Gazzini and 130 from Schneider. And Roberto Moreno is about 2 seconds faster. Okay, fair enough. We've also got to look out for the Minardi of Pierluigi Martini. 129. I think that was from Schneider. So here comes Gazzini to the pits. And also coming to the pits, it's Schneider. And we'll see how the other big teams are doing. Boatswain's rather slower than Gazzini somehow, and Schneider is, well, Schneider's doing Schneider's actually quite slow, but at least he can keep the car on the road at least. And Nannini in 3rd. I'm surprised Nannini's in 3rd place. Roberto Moreno has been overtaken by Berger, but it's kind of expected because, well, this is Roberto Moreno's first race of this 987 mod. No, 87? 88 I mean. But anyway, let's get on with the qualifying and let's do or die, because we really need to get up that board. Alright, we've got both our drivers out, so let's see how they will do in their first lap. 122 from Gazzini, Schneider 124. Gazzini's faster, just barely faster than Moreno, and Schneider about a couple of seconds behind. So Schneider isn't really quick. And Roberto Moreno broke the qualifying lap record. I mean, my hat's off to him for that one. being his first race, and Gerhard Berger being the qualifying lap record. Schneider is faster than Nannini, and Genzini is still in third. He's behind both Ferraris, and Berger is only about 10 faster than Marino, so Marino has actually got some good pace here actually. I mean, which is good to see. And I don't see our teams getting quicker than they managed to do here, so let's end the qualifying session. And well, all 26 cars made 107%. Ginzey's in third place, which is good, and Bernd Schneider is down in 15th place. I'm actually okay with him in 15th. Pierluigi Martini's 21st, and Marino managed to hold 22nd, which is good. So both Ferraris at the front row, then it's Ginzey, both ours are 4th and 5th, then both Lotuses, both McLarens, both Marches, Boatswain, Mansell, Perez Sala, Schneider, Palmer, Nannini, Patrese, Johansson, Modena, Pierluigi Martini, Arnoux, Elliott, Dalmas, LaRue and Bailey is at the back of the grid in the Tyrrell. I'm quite surprised that at the back of the grid it's a Tyrrell driver. Okay, we're good to go. Anyone going to install their car? No one has. 3rd and 15th on the grid. Wonder what we can do about it. Hopefully a good amount. Hopefully get some half decent points with Zakspeed. But anyway, the Monte Carlo Grand Prix is ready to go now, and Sala has stolen his car, and so Perez Sala is already out the race, which is unfortunate. And Ginzey's up to 2nd now. He's managed to pass Marino, I think. Yeah, he's passed Roberto Marino, and about 2 seconds behind Berger, so Berger's pulling away pretty quickly already. And Roberto Marino has in fact retaken 2nd place off Ginzey, and Derek Walker has now passed him. Well, Eddie Cheever would be able to do that also. Yep, Eddie Cheever's finally got past. Nelson Piquet and Nakajima are now behind Ginzey now. And Piquet's got past. Stefan Johansson is already retired in his Ligier. Okay, not a good race for Johansson. Johansson's been struggling this season. Ginzey's all the way down in 10th. Nakajima, Prost and Gulam have all got past. Well, Senna's got past also. So Ginzey's struggling in the Zakspeed. Capelli's now overtaken him. And Schneider's managed to hold 15th, and now Nigel Mansell's got past. Boatswain and Nini are separating our 2 Zakspeed drivers, and they both got past. So Ginzey's 14th and Schneider's 15th, so qualifying 3rd place was quite short-lived, to be honest. But at least we had a go. We had a good go. Pierluigi Martini's in 12th at the moment, so that's quite good. So Pierluigi Martini's actually doing quite well for Minardi. Better than Adrian Campos at least. So everyone's actually got past them now. And Ginzey's retired from the race. But then, well, Ginzey was 2nd to last, so not a big deal. And Philippe Elliott is retired. Schneider's doing well to stay in the race though, just keep going. Capelli in the March has just retired. Which is unfortunate because he was actually doing fairly okay. Where's Pierluigi Martini? He's in 13th at the moment, but Pierluigi Martini's now chasing both Benettons now. So that's signaling he's actually doing all right in that Minardi. So it's both Ferraris from both hours, and both Lotuses are in the top 6 right now. So only 3 teams are up there. And Pierluigi Martini's retired, and Pierluigi Martini was doing so well for Minardi. And Roberto Marino is doing quite well in that Ferrari to stay in 2nd place ahead of both ourses, to be honest. And unfortunately, Bernd Schneider has retired, but Bernd Schneider was in last place and he was just well off the pace of everyone, so I guess we just put him out of his misery by retiring. But anyway, so we're just going to have to sit back and just watch the end of this race. And, oh, Senna's got past his old teammate Nakajima for the points position. Derek Warwick's down in 6th, PK's 5th, Senna's now 4th. Eddie Cheever's 3rd, Marino's staying in 2nd, Gerhard Berger's still in 1st. Oh, Nakajima has just in fact retired, so Gogolin is nearly in a points position for March. And we still got Alien Prost right behind him, so if one of the other front runners retires, then we're gonna get a big surprise and see Googlen get a points position for the team. Okay, we've got 3 laps left to go, and the board has pretty much remained the same. It's going to be Gerhard Berger who's going to win the Monaco Grand Prix. Roberto Moreno is going to get a very impressive second. Ayrton Senna's retired very surprisingly. Chiva's going to get third. Warwick's fourth. Piquet is going to be fifth. Goldgum is going to surprise everyone and get 6th place from March. That was a very impressive performance there. So, why did both our guys retire? Schneider had a gearbox failure. Okay, that's a bit of a worry. Senna and Boutsen spun off near the end of the race, which is a big disappointment. But Roberto Moreno coming second for Ferrari, which is a great job he did there. Constructors, we're holding 7th. We're tied with March at the moment. Turbo's level 1. And Nannini's going to miss the next race now. 1-2 for Ferrari again. Nearly a first win for Marino. And a dominant win for Gerhard Berger. He really did dominate that race. So, who's going to temporarily replace Nannini then? Where is Benetton here? It's going to be Johnny Dumfries who will be replacing Nannini for the next race, and we're going to look out for Dumfries here. Next race is at Monaco City, but first I need to replace some worn parts. Alright, we're now at Mexico City. It's going to be yet another permanently dry circuit we'll be doing, so hopefully Ginzi and Schneider will be able to, we'll push Schneider first, but hopefully we can get alright practice times, which should be a good sign for the next qualifying session. And Alboretto's returned, which is fair enough. Right, Boutsen's actually quicker than both Ferraris here, so that's a bit of a surprise. Johnny Dumfries is just barely quicker than Ginzini, so, well, Dumfries is actually quicker than Nelson Piquet actually, so let's actually now go to the qualifying session where it's going to matter the most. Gerhard Berger bring the qualifying at records. Ginzi 112, 111 for Schneider. Schneider's actually quicker than Ginzini here, and both Ferraris, not surprisingly, are ahead of us right now. Berger's been the qualifying at record again, and Schneider 112. Schneider's actually faster than Piquet now, and Ginzi's is faster than both Benettons. Johnny Dumfries just behind Boutsen. Zakspeed maybe have a fighting chance here. 3rd and 5th at the moment. So let's end the session and see where they qualify in. And we're in 3rd and 8th. So, well, Schneider's in 3rd place and Ginzi's in 8th place, which is good. Derek Warwick is not taking part. Patrice is not taking part. And sadly, Pierluigi Martini is also not taking part. I kind of wanted to see Pierluigi Martini actually get out there, because Martini did an alright job before he retired. And who else may fail? Perez, Sala, Bailey, Arnu and Dalmas, but they're lucky they're not the bottom 3 drivers. So it's both Ferraris, then Schneider, then Piquet in 4th, then both McLarens. Mansell's in 7th, Ginzi's 8th, Nakajima's 9th, then both Benettons, Eddie Cheever, both Marches, Palmer, both Eurobruns, Elliott, Johansson, Dalmas, Arnu, Bailey and Sala are at the back of the grid. Alright, this is the qualifying session. No, formation lap I meant. 3rd and 8th, no one has stalled their car. But let's see who will stall at the start of the grid. As the Mexican Grand Prix tries to go. Now! Schneider has stalled his car, so Schneider's out the Grand Prix. So that means we're only left with Ginzini now, so let's make sense to go to the steering camera here. So that's not a great start for Zakspeed. The person who qualified 3rd is already out of the Grand Prix. And Ginzi's already been overtaken by Nakajima, so that's just as bad also. And Boutsen's passed him, Dumfries has also got past him. Problem is, the Zakspeed's engines are just so underpowered. They're just terrible. And both March drivers are out at the same time now, and Perez Sala's retired. Palmer is also retired. Okay. So that's a bit of a crazy start to the back of the grid. Dalmas is retired also. So yeah, that's pretty chaotic there. And Narui's retired. So both Marches Atero, a LaRuth, a Urbrun, and a Minardi retired, and Genzi is also retired. So this was a bit of a disastrous race for Zakspeed. Oh, Gerhard Berger's retired from the lead of the race. Oh, that's a big surprise right there. Ayrton Senna's now retired from the race. Alien Prost now in second. PK's third, Mansell's fourth. That's going to put Boats in fifth, and Johnny Dumfries is in sixth place. Is he? Oh no, it's Eddie Cheever now. But we're down to 11 cars already. Both Ligier at the back, then Mondina, then Dumfries 8th, Nakajima 7th, Cheever 6th, Boats in 5th, Mansell 4th, PK 3rd, Prost is 2nd, Alboreto is taking the lead. So Alboreto's got 13 more laps to go, but will he keep that lead? And Johnny Dumfries in the Bentons retired, but Dumfries was doing quite well to be in contention to get some half decent points. He was in the points position for a while, but nope, that's all just come to nothing for poor Dumfries. Alright, with just 2 laps left, we've got a few laps left to go, and Alboreto is going to win the Mexican Grand Prix, with Prost taking 2nd, and Nelson Piquet is going to finish in 3rd place, with Mansell in 4th, Boats in 5th, and Cheever taking 6th place. So, and Genzi with also with a gearbox failure. Ayrton Senna ran out of fuel. Why Berger retired? Where's Gerhard Berger? Oh, he had a collision with someone, and he was winning the race. So that's actually unfortunate for Ferrari. And checking the constructors, we're tying in 8th with March now. Ferrari are just blitzing ahead of the Constructors' Championship. Arrows and McLaren are in 2nd place, and there's a big gap between them, then Williams downwards. And a few parts are worn. And Gerhard Berger failed to turn pole position to points, which is an absolute disaster. And Adrian Campos out for 2 more races. So I'm going to end this video here, and thank you guys so much for watching. Just a bit of misfortune this time around, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye! Rocket launcher, let's just